Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today I visit the Oh Wow Children's Museum and tour Summer Garden Foods. I also prepare my dry rub ribs. But first, here's Pittsburgh's Wiggle Distillery. Wiggle Distillery is located in Pittsburgh's Strip District, the first distiller in the city since Prohibition. Stop for the spirits and learn about the history of whiskey in Western Pennsylvania. Mark Meyer and his family are the owners of Wiggle. And Mark, you're going to be celebrating 2 years in the distilling business. This is such a great concept, and you have all your family members involved in this.
We do. We have myself, my wife, my daughter Meredith, and her husband Alex, and then Jeffrey was involved for a while. He was doing some research on the history, and then Eric, our son, is also involved. So it's a very, very family-oriented operation. And
what made you decide on distilling in Pittsburgh?
Do this crazy thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no. Well, actually, the way it started was we were on a trip in Canada. We were at the Shaw Festival. And so we visited as a family some of the wineries, and there were a few family-owned wineries. So it was actually Alex, my son-in-law, and Meredith who had this idea. Wouldn't it be neat to do something like a winery? So on the way back, as we were driving back to Pittsburgh, they were researching on their phones options. And so we said, we don't want to do a winery, but Pittsburgh used to be known for rye whiskey. So why don't we do rye whiskey? And so one thing led to another.
And did you know anything about the distilling process?
No, not really. No, as you know, you can't legally distill at home. So most people, if they have a background, it's in brewing. And so we spent literally about 2 years reading everything we could.
Saturday is the only day that Wiggle Distillery offers their tours. First one is at 11 a.m. and Bill and Warren are going to be our tour guides to tell us more about the distilling process.
Well, my name's Lauren.
And my name is Bill. Welcome everyone to Wiggle Whiskey. Pittsburgh was the frontier. Pittsburgh was wild and the people here were wild. A German immigrant, a man by the name of Philip Weigel, heard about this Pittsburgh place and thought, no rules, lots of whiskey. He saw a sign for a place called North Versailles. And he stopped a local and he said, hi, my name's Philip Weigel. Do you guys really say it like that? It's Versailles, you know that, right? And the local, true to form, looked right at him and said, listen here, Mr. Philip Wiggle. The very first tax in our nation's history was a tax on whiskey. And that does not make the people out here in Western Pennsylvania who are making whiskey and who don't have a lot of money to spare on things like taxes, did not make them very happy.
So we are able to pump about 1,500 pounds of grain through this machine in 20 minutes. What happens is that it goes through this auger, and if I were to pop the top off of that, it looks like a giant corkscrew.
Philip Wiggle and his friends had just had a tax passed on them, and they were not very happy about it. So he and his friends get together, and they go to the home of a man by the name of Benjamin Wells, and Benjamin Wells had the unfortunate job of being the tax collector for the region at the time. They get to talking, and that turns into a bit of an argument and a bit of a disagreement, and a scuffle breaks out. Back in the day, what really got Pittsburghers going was the news of a good fight. And so when they found out that Philip Wiggle punched public enemy number one, Benjamin Wells, the tax collector, they get very excited. Very, very excited. In fact, they get so excited that they start protests, and those protests turn into riots. And those riots continue for years and come to be known as the Whiskey Rebellion. That was us right here in Pittsburgh.
Now we're going to ferment that. This is really one of the most vital parts of making really any liquor.
We are all sitting here today in the first whiskey distillery in the city of Pittsburgh since the end of Prohibition. So let's finally drink to that.
Well, I think this is a great, fun place. And I love the story with Philip Wiggle. I love the namesake and the history. I mean, this really is a true Monongahela story, you know, for Western Pennsylvania. I mean, it really is a great history lesson.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons we really wanted to do the whiskey, because it really is, it really comes out of the Pittsburgh tradition, and it has so many roots in, you know, American history, with, you know, George Washington being a distiller and Thomas Jefferson. He made some whiskey. He was more of a winemaker. I don't think his whiskey turned out to be very good, but it was such a way of life then. But we really, I mean, our mission is we want to be local as much as possible. We want to be organic, and we want to experiment. So we're doing a lot of different things, and we're able to do that because we can build this local customer base.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. Did you know that the Magic Tree is for lovers?
Oh yeah, and love is in the air, Magic Tree Pub and Eatery.
And I think it's great because with Valentine's Day falling on a Tuesday, you've got the weekend before and you've got the weekend after and all week long to celebrate.
Right.
Chef Tank, great locally sourced specials on his farm-to-table menu for lovers.
All week long, and then on Monday is Galentine's Day, where the girls can come out, sip and paint with wine and beer. Tuesday is Valentine's Day, and we're gonna have a special for the love of beer, food, and comedy with dueling pianos. It's gonna be a great event, and everyone needs to just check out our website for more information.
And you know the beverages will be here along with the food. Great bubbles, great beer, craft cocktails, and extensive wine list. Cheers, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Love you, Phil.
Love you, Casey.
Part of growing up in Youngstown is growing up with Rowley Brothers Markets. Even friends who have moved out of town come to shop and say hi when they're home for a visit.
And my family has always shopped at Rowley's, and today they are still my favorite grocery store. My recipes depend on the best ingredients, and that's why I get them at Rowley's, where you'll always find the freshest food at the best prices.
Rowley Brothers is a proud sponsor of the KC Malone Show. The quality that customers have come to expect is true local flavor.
Hurry into a Spitzer location near you to enjoy the lowest prices of the year on some of our best-selling 2016 models. You can save thousands on your new vehicle with the Spitzer Model Year-End Sales Event. Spitzer, saving you more since 1904.
4 for $5 till 6. Happy hour at Sadie's Place inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austintown. Today, I'm really excited to share with you one of my favorite and my most popular recipes. It would be my dry rub for baby back ribs. It's so popular, I had them made on recipe cards, and when I go out on public appearances, I hand them out so everyone has these as a great quick reference. It's also delicious on chicken, pork tenderloin, very versatile rub. The dry rub comes from Memphis, Tennessee, and I first tasted it when I visited the Rendezvous. Talked to the waiter, he gave me the initial key ingredients, and then I tweaked it a bit with ingredients that I like to see in a rub. So let's get going, because you are going to love this recipe. Ingredients you'll need for the dry rub are 8 tablespoons of packed light brown sugar, 3 tablespoons kosher salt, 1 tablespoon chili powder, and ½ teaspoons of paprika, cayenne pepper, ground black pepper, crushed red pepper, Old Bay seasoning, onion salt, char seasoning, and cumin. This amount of ingredients is enough for 2 slabs of baby back ribs. You can double the recipe or triple it and keep them in an airtight Ziploc bag because it will just stay in your pantry. We'll begin with the brown sugar. All right, we'll put that in the bowl. Then we'll add the chili powder, the kosher salt. Kosher salt's better than regular salt because it adheres to the meat a little better. Also, I like the crushed red pepper, the cumin, the Old Bay, the ground black pepper, onion salt, cayenne, paprika, and then charcoal seasoning. And of course, if you aren't a fan of the heat, you can always take out maybe the cayenne or the ground red pepper. But I like things a little spicy. And all we'll do is blend this together real well before we put it on the ribs. Take a nice large piece of heavy duty aluminum foil shiny side down, matte side up. Place your baby back ribs on top, and then we're just going to rub the dry rub into the ribs. Be generous with it and make sure you coat it thoroughly, both sides, because you're going to eat both sides of the ribs. All right, so now our ribs are thoroughly coated with the rub, and we'll just take the tin foil and seal it into a nice packet. Make sure it's sealed really well because of the salt and the different spices. It will sweat the meat and there will be quite a bit of juices, and we don't want that to leak all over your refrigerator while it marinates. I like to do mine for about 6 to 8 hours overnight before I bake them. A minimum of an hour is required though if you're pressed for time. One of the secrets to the ribs is low and slow. Preheat an oven to 250 degrees and you're going to bake them for 2.5 hours. So into the oven it goes. As I said earlier, this rub is also delicious on chicken. So I have a few boneless, skinless chicken breasts. About an hour ago, I also put the rub on here and marinated them in the refrigerator. And now I'm going to grill them on a grill pan. Oh, it'll probably be about 15 minutes. It's been 2.5 hours. The whole house smells so fragrant. I can't wait to get these ribs out of here. The chicken breasts are almost done grilling, so we'll get these out of the oven and let it rest for about 5 minutes, and we are going to be enjoying some succulent ribs. So let's open up this packet. Oh, look at how beautiful. Smells amazing. And they are perfectly done. And that is it. How easy was this dry rub for the ribs and the chicken? And so delicious. Now my husband Ken, after they come out of the oven, he likes to throw them on the grill just for about 5 minutes on each side to caramelize the brown sugar in that and grill it and char it just a little bit more. But really, they're ready to eat just out of the oven. This one has my name on it. Look at that, falling off the bone. So moist, so tender, and so flavorful, and really, really easy. The complete recipe and preparation is available on my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com, brought to you by Rulli Brothers Markets. Go there for this dry rub recipe. You will not be sorry. Delicious. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
All day, you pursue your dreams. And all day, I pursue mine. Knowing we are always there for each other. You are my best friend, my true love. Together, we shine twice as bright. The Ever Us Two-Stone Collection, Forevermark, a diamond is forever. Available at Kamara Jewelers.
$5 Burger Mondays at Sadie's Place, inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austintown.
Hi everybody, I'm Danny, owner and operator of Catullo Prime Meats, a third-generation butcher shop that not only specializes in quality, but also in customer service and doing things in a new technological way. Chris here is our customer service manager. Chris, what do you think that we do differently than any other grocery store?
I think we personally not only offer great product, but we can offer a great customer service experience as well. We try and treat all our customers like they were family and friends, ask how their family's doing just so they can keep in touch, and give them that customer experience that they deserve.
And the nice part is we not only do that inside the store, but also on CthulhuPrimeMeats.com, where you can buy a lot of our products that we carry here, whether it be grass-fed beef, organic chicken, some of our specialty burgers and bacon. Those are wonderful, and we're going to provide that same customer experience online as we do in store.
Come see us in store or online. Make your next meal one to remember.
What began in 1948 as the John Ziden Company has now grown to Summer Garden Food Manufacturing, 50,000 square feet. It's a food plant that produces pasta sauces, salad dressings, barbecue sauce, and much more. Located in Boardman, Summer Garden is true local flavor. Well, before we begin the big tour here at Summer Garden Food Manufacturing, you've got to clean up, wash up, and make sure everything's covered. Hairnets, no jewelry, nothing loose. Michelle Gross, who is in charge of HR here, and we've got Kevin Thompson, who is in charge of quality assurance, is going to give us the big tour. Of course, Giarusa is the main product that's produced here at Summer Gardens, but you also do private labeling. Yes. And today, what are you doing, Scott?
Right now, we're making Bove's brand roasted garlic spaghetti sauce.
So the garlic smell. Now, how are you going to prep this garlic? What do you have to do to get it ready?
Right now, I'm prepping the onions. My partner over there, Nick, is prepping the garlic. I believe there's more garlic than onions in this particular recipe.
And how much will this yield from all these onions and all the garlic?
This will be a 550-pound batch for the kettles.
We're here in the dry prep, and Rachel Day is the lead that takes over all the prep ingredients. I mean, crushed red pepper and sea salt. How many dry ingredients do you have in this room?
There are 5 in this room, but back in our south warehouse, we have multiple ingredients.
Gina Braun is in the tomato prep department. How many different tomato products are you bottling here?
Numerous tomato products, a lot for the bigger end customers, along with our Giarusa products. That was our start, and now we do Mario Batali, Bose, numerous different companies.
Jeff runs the depalletizer here. How many jars and bottles go through here on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, about 35,000 jars, 35 to 50,000.
Are there ever huge issues where we've had a lot of crashes?
Oh, sometimes, but since I run it and I treat it like it's mine, I try to eliminate all the crashes.
You know this machine pretty well, don't you?
Very well.
So after Jeff depalletizes them, this is where they get washed and sanitized?
Absolutely, and we actually have a dud detector here where there's a sensor. And if the jar is not clean, it gets rejected off of the line.
What kind of sauce is in this vat?
This is a pizza sauce right here. Like I say, it's just about ready. I'm getting ready to send it over right now.
How much is in there?
This is 500 gallons right here.
And how does that equate in jars? How many will that yield?
That'll be close to, I'm going to say 3,000 jars.
Michelle, it seems that so many precautions are in place to ensure food safety.
Yes, that's right. We've added this metal detector right here. The owner decided that even though it wasn't a requirement from the USDA or FDA, we wanted to put the investment in to just add that extra food safety just in case something metal were to fall into one of our jars of sauce.
How many different operations take place in here?
Well, there's about 8 machines that we run all at one time, and I have 4 operators that run all 8 of them.
So you have the labeling, the boxing, the sealing, what else?
Well, we actually detect good or bad lids as they enter the room. That's one machine. Second machine is a labeler, where we label it. Third would be the date coder. If it gets a neck band, we'll put a neck band on it and shrink it on. You'll see that a lot in salad dressings.
Michelle, thank you so much for the tour. It's so impressive. I can understand why you get the names like Mario Batali and Guy Fieri and, of course, Giarusa made right here. You always are looking for new expansions, aren't you?
We are. We're coming up with innovative, great ideas that we can, put forth wonderful quality products for our customers.
And it's so impressive, the safety precautions that you have in place. Quality assurance man, Kevin, you are doing an outstanding job. And each and every day, I imagine you find more and more that you have to deal with.
Oh, absolutely. Food quality and food safety are our two most important things here that we stress. Nothing gets out the door with first going through our full array of tests.
This is an impressive operation, Summer Garden, and it is right here in our own backyard. You've got to buy local.
Take off with the Casey Malone Show. Woo-hoo!
Cerny means trucks. For over 50 years, the Cerny family has been the area's leader for medium and heavy-duty international trucks. New or pre-owned, Cerny means trucks. Easy to find. Cerny Motors is conveniently located at Route 46 and 80. At Cerny Motors, no job is too big or too small. Cerny Motors service will keep you on the road. For service, parts, sales, lease, or rental, Cerny means trucks.
Hurry into a Spitzer location near you to enjoy the lowest prices of the year on some of our best-selling 2016 models. You can save thousands on your new vehicle with the Spitzer Model Year-End Sales Event. Spitzer, saving you more since 1904.
There's a new standard in assisted living.
One that combines comfort, luxury, convenience, and the highest quality expert care.
Your loved ones can experience it now in Canfield's premier senior living location.
The Inn at Ironwood offers fine dining and amenities such as a concierge, salon, housekeeping, and laundry services.
And a truly elegant setting in Canfield.
Call us for more information or visit us and take a tour.
The Inn at Ironwood, Canfield's premier senior living location.
Today we're here at the Roger and Gloria Jones Children's Center for Science and Technology, and I've got a very special guest, my niece Annabelle. We are going to go through and look at all the exhibits and find out more about this great museum right here in downtown Youngstown. What do you say, Annabelle?
Oh, wow, I can't wait.
All right, let's get Katie, the assistant manager, and we'll go on the big tour. Katie Seminara is the assistant manager here at Oh Wow. And we're going to start with the sound and light. What happens in this department?
Correct, yes. We are in the sound and light wow zone, and right now you're standing in front of our laser guitar. So is young Annabelle going to demonstrate what is happening?
All right, so she jumps in. What happens?
Go ahead. So, ooh.
And if she moves around, do different things happen?
You have different sounds of guitars and string instruments with this exhibit, so I'm changing it by pressing the button behind us on the wall. But this is just one example of the hands-on interactive exhibits we have here, and you can actually get inside of the guitar, which is awesome.
These are percussion tubes, and you hit them with the foam. Hey, Annabelle, why don't you play Ode to Joy for me? Would you do that, honey? Now right here, look at, this is all programmed so you can hit whatever you want to hit, from the bongo to the snare drum to the cowbell, and I always say, more cowbell. Let's do a Category 1 hurricane.
We're reporting live in several yards from this huge tornado. This tornado is going to be the hardest tornado in world history.
Katie, this is really cool. How does this work?
Okay, this is our solar bug dome. It's an original design of the museum, so we actually built this here. And what it is, are the bugs are fitted with mini solar panels. So when you hit them with the light, that's what's making them move. We are, with this exhibit, trying to teach children about renewable energy sources. So very unique and very cool.
I love that. What do you think, Annabelle? I think that's pretty cool, huh?
Neat. Very neat. This thing is like a solar energy powered bugs. Like hex bugs almost.
Now, what is this, Katie?
Okay, this is our stream and erosion table here. So on that side, you can see how the water is streaming downhill, and there's different shifters there, so you can teach kids about the shifting of water, and then the Archimedes screw teaches kids about bringing water uphill. And then on this side, this is more of the erosion table. So right now, we're building a dam out of our recycled plastic sand.
Katie, this place is so much fun. What is the proper age to bring your kids down here?
Well, we say ages 0 to 14 is pretty appropriate for our mission. However, there's exploration for all ages, which I think you found out today. So adults who are bringing their children in, their nieces, nephews, grandkids, they have just as much fun as the kids do. And it's a really just a well-rounded educational experience for everyone.
And what are your hours? Are you open 7 days a week?
We are open 7 days a week to the general public. They're welcome even when we have field trips or birthday parties. So the hours are Monday through Thursday, 10 to 6, Friday, Saturday, 10 to 4, and Sundays, noon to 4.
And could I rent this for a party if I wanted to?
Sure could. We have a room in our lower level that is, we call our function junction room. So you can have that for birthday parties. You could rent it for baby showers, your birthday party, whatever you'd like.
I would love to have my birthday party here with that water park because that thing is crazy.
You always bring an extra change of clothes when you come, or you can wear the rain gear that we provide here. So.
Well, this has been a great time, and I really appreciate you giving me the grand tour. Absolutely love it.
No problem. You're welcome back anytime. Bring your friends and family, and we had a great time with you too. Thanks so much.
So, Annabelle, what was your favorite part of the Oh Wow Museum?
I have two favorite parts, the water and the fabrics and balls. Those are the greatest things. They're very interesting, because science is all very interesting.
So, thank you. I think you should have done pretty well with that green wall, too. When you come back to visit, you want to come back down to the Oh Wow?
Yeah, why wouldn't I not? It's the best.
My show is always on. Watch previous segments at CaseyMaloneShow.com. Sponsored by the Ingram Law Office. The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.